code from a file, and I'm not sure where my screen went there. Okay, it looks like it's back. So if we're going to read from a file, we're going to need a file object. So we'll create a file object, and then we're going to have to add the import. Why is it not giving me the option? There we go. And then we're going to use a scanner to read from the file. And we're going to have the same thing here. We're going to have to add an import. And I already put this up there. If you don't have that there, you'll get an error message telling you that you need to throw the exception or catch the exception, so we'll just throw it. And then what we need to do is we're going to need a hash map to store a string and a character. So, and you see it's expecting a key, that's the K, and our key is going to be the string representing the Morse code, and the data value is going to be character, and it has to be the word character with a capital C because it has to be an object. It cannot be a primitive. And I'm just going to call this map. And don't forget the parentheses for calling the constructor. And we're going to have to do the same thing here, add an import, and there we go. Okay. Okay, now what do I want to do? Well, what I want to do is I want to read one line at a time from the file. I want to split it into two parts, and then I want to put it into my map. So I'm going to do a while loop. Yeah, let's try that. Let's get some help from the system here. And why am I not getting help from the system? Okay, it should be input has oh, I spelled it wrong. That's why I'm not getting help from the system. Okay, input. Let's go back and try that again. Make sure it's helping us out. Has next. Okay, what do we want to do? Well, we want to read a line. So let's declare a string variable. Okay, and then we want to take the line, split it into two parts. Okay, the first part's going to be the character. Not substring, we need a character dot char at, and it's always going to be the first character. And I want to shift it to uppercase. Now if I do a dot here, this is, the type of this is character, C-H-A-R, the primitive. And primitives don't have methods. So if I want to shift a character to uppercase, I have to use the character class, use one of the static methods from the character class. If I can spell it right. To uppercase. And then in parentheses here, I put the character that I want. Okay, so now I've got the character, and then I want to get the code. And that's going to be the line dot substring starting at column 2. It's 0 base, so the third column will be column 2, and that'll get me the code. Okay, now I've got both of them. I want to put them into my map. Well, the name of my map is map, and I don't have all the methods memorized, but if we click on the dot here, or type a dot, we should get some choices here, and put looks like it might be the one that we want. So it okay. So it'll basically create an entry. It doesn't explicitly say that here, but it creates an entry with the given key and the given value. So that's what we want. Well, let's try that again. And the string is the code, and it's smart enough to put that in for me, and the letter is the other thing, and so it's smart enough to put that in for me. Okay, and we'll keep on doing that, and that's all there is to put it in the map. Now when I get out of the loop, let's just check and make sure that we actually got the stuff in the map that we wanted. So we're going to do map, and there's a toString method, or we'll find out if there is a toString method for it, regardless if it's the inherited one, but it's probably one that's been overridden by the people who wrote all of these collection methods. So let's just run it now and see what happens. Okay, and it looks like there should be, I had 26 letters of the alphabet and then some special characters in there, plus the numbers. So it kind of looks like that's probably about right. Okay, they're not going to be in the same order that I put them in because this is a hash data structure, and hash is made for quick retrieval, but it's not made for keeping the data in order or sorting the data. Okay, now what I want to do is I've got my map, and now what I want to do is I want to decode a message. So I need another file. F has already been declared, but what I want to do is I want to associate it with a new file called coded message up here. And make sure I spell that right. It's not case sensitive, so I'm okay. And then my scanner has already been declared, so I don't have to redeclare it, but I do have to redefine it. And then what I want to do is another while loop. Whoops. Okay, okay. And what do I want to do? Well, I want to read a code. So that's a string. And then I want to retrieve the value from the map and print it out. And my map is called map. And there's probably a get or something similar. Get. Let's try that. And it returns the value. Okay. So it's going to return the letter. So I want to do map.get, and I need to pass in the object which is the string code right here. So code, and it should return, it should take the Morse code as a key, look in the map, find out the letter that's associated with it. Okay, and then print it out. And now if I run my program, let's see if we get a message here. And I didn't put a return or a print line on the end, but that looks like it might be the message that's in the file. Briarcliff, there is no space characters, so we put an underscore in there to split the words. So Briarcliff programming is fun, and that is everything involved with using the file, the scanner, and the Hashmap, and it's relatively simple. But you do need to be familiar with what a map can do and with what the other collection data structures can do as well, so that you don't have to look everything up when it's time to write your code on the actual test. So that takes care of the second part of the test, or the practice test rather.